Hi, everybody. Sorry for the late start this evening. I think we will get this party started with call the meeting to order. So when I say your name, please reply with here. Shafi? Here. Cook?
Here.
Fowler?
Here.
Lambers?
Here.
Berlinski?
Here.
Shea?
Here.
Ike, I'm also here. Did we miss anybody? Nope. Okay, so we have a quorum. So the first item on the agenda is the approval of the meeting minutes from January 4. If everybody's had an opportunity to take a read through them, if anyone has any questions about the meeting minutes or anything that they wanted to highlight, this would be a good time to do that. If not, if someone wants to make a motion to approve.
So moved.
Any seconds?
Second.
All those in favor say yes.
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 Those opposed say no. I also say yes. Motion carries. The meeting minutes are approved. Next on the agenda is an opportunity time for public comment. So this is for items that are not on the agenda. So if you are here to discuss an item with the HDC that is not part of tonight's agenda, now would be the time to do so. We just ask the comments be kept to about 3 minutes. But I'm guessing that both of you are here with a particular project. So, okay, I see heads nodding, so we'll scoot right along. The first order on the list is unfinished business, and that is a COA for 155 West 13th Street. Anna, you want to give us a overview?
Yes, so we saw this application last month briefly where it was tabled to this evening's meeting so that Jordan Campice could be in attendance, which I believe he's here. If you'd like to step up to the podium, that would be great. Thank you.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi.
So Jordan lives at 155 West 13th, and he replaced his front steps with, here, we've got a photo of it here. This was done without a building permit and also without a COA. So Jordan's here tonight to talk with us about what he would like to do with the steps and have some more input. So this is approximately what they look like currently. To the best of my knowledge, the steps that were previously there were not historic or original to the home. I have a photograph of them right here. When the house was listed on when it was locally designated, there was actually an accessible ramp up to the home, so I have a feeling these steps probably occurred after that point. And this is what we have now. I have shared images of the steps with inspectors in the building department. There were some concerns about the code, specifically about that all the treads need to be within 3/8 of an inch of each other, and all the risers also need to be within that amount. And then also some concerns with the handrail option, it needing to be a graspable handrail. Just some things to keep in mind. And Jordan, I'm not sure if there's anything else you'd like to add, or?
Basically just first time a homeowner, so new to this, and then obviously with the historic district. So I apologize. It was not malicious in my intent. Basically the stairs were rotten and nails were sticking out, so I got told by my fiance and my neighbors I should replace them. So I did that, and I obviously am really just looking to what I should do from here. I want to work with you guys. I apologize, as I said. I am not in love with them, so obviously I'm not trying to spend a bunch of money, but I would like to fix them however you guys want. And then the only reason that one step was added was like the concrete was like basically like also kind of dangerous there because it was like missing chunks, if that makes sense. So I tried to cover that so that people weren't like tripping. And then with the rails, they weren't completed, but just really looking to do what I'm supposed to do at this point, if that makes sense. Yeah.
So we've all made first-time home owner decisions maybe that we wish
Yeah.
that we didn't. So this is an easy one compared to some of the other ones that I'm sure others of us have made. I personally have as well. So just to make sure that we're clear, the stairs aren't to code currently, right?
Currently.
Okay, so with the stairs not being to code, that is something the building department really governs, and so the stairs will need to be altered.
Yep.
That's-
So I did ask the building for that, but they told me to do this first. Does that make sense? So I
Yeah,
asked
sure. So
okay.
they need to be altered, and we need to help you come up with some guidelines that'll meet both building codes needs as well as like historic code needs.
Okay.
The good thing is that Anna has got a very extensive package of kind of what sort of guidelines are typically found in homes about this age for any sort of stairs and railings, and working in conjunction with a building permit, which you'll need, as well as a certificate of appropriateness, which will come from here. We have some good guidelines, I think, that would be able to help you move that along further faster. So there are
Gotcha.
lots of resources there.
So
for
yeah,
you.
they told me I had to get the certificate and then I could apply for the building permit, right? Then-
Yep.
yeah, okay, all right.
Yep.
Just wanted to make sure I'm doing that right.
Yep.
Yep.
So, I'm trying to think of where we want to start, because you'd really need to take a look at the stairs that you have, as well as examples of what's typical for this type of home, materiality and dimensions, and then and sort of decide what you would prefer. I don't know if anybody wants to give some sort of, it's hard for us, it's easier to react to
Yeah.
something that you come with than for us to we don't want to tell you what to do on your home.
Okay.
We can give you guidelines that
Yeah.
Anna and the HDC have that will help you with that.
Like, is there someone specific I should work, besides, I meant like a builder or does that make sense? Or am I okay to do it on my own as long as I follow the guidelines? Because if I'm supposed to work with someone who does it, I'm more than happy to.
You can
Pay.
build on your own as
Okay.
long as you bring to us what you are proposing.
Okay,
And we approve it, and then the building department approves the specs that you are giving them as what you plan to build.
okay.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Did a builder do this work? or
So
you
it was, I worked with a friend.
Okay, that's
Basically,
fine.
yeah, so
did?
not.
The reason I asked it was if a builder did this and didn't meet code and didn't think to get a permit and didn't
Then
think
we
to
should
come to
let
the
them know,
COA,
yeah.
then I'd want you to go back to them and say, you rebuild this at your own expense.
yeah.
But, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, no, I worked a summer in college, so I
Sure.
kind of had an idea, so I just kind of jumped into it.
Jordan, have you had a chance to look at, did Anna send you that, like, porch guidelines?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's like a 9-page document?
Yeah,
Do you
so,
have a chance to kind of look at that? So typically, like Kim was saying, it's easier for us to react to a proposal than to try to say, like, here's what we want you to do, you
Yeah.
know?
It's your home.
yeah.
Yep. So have you, based on that, do you have kind of an idea of what you want to do moving forward that
So-
we can maybe
Yeah.
discuss?
So I guess the least amount of change, so basically, I guess, get rid of the composite, make it original wood, because I don't think we want the composite. And then, just get it done with, whatever makes everyone happy. I don't really care what they look like at this point, I just want them to be,
Functional.
satisfactory. I'm done with them, if that makes sense, I just want to follow the rules.
So I would say the first place to start is really what Justin referred to, which is in that document.
Mm-hmm.
If you kind of zero in on, again, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's your home.
Yep.
If you sort of zero in on what feels right for you, or or what you think you would like to do on your home, and bring it to us, we can better help you by reacting to that and saying, have you considered this?
Yeah.
Have you considered this? And help you sort of hone in on what is appropriate for your particular instance.
Okay. Yeah, by the picture, it looks really similar of that recommendation. But so yeah, I can review that, and then would I bring it back to a meeting of this sort, or email, or?
You would work with Anna,
Okay.
and you would submit what's called a certificate of appropriateness.
Okay,
And, no, probably not.
Okay.
You would submit then a certificate of appropriateness, and you would submit that information, what you want to make it out of, what the dimensions of it are. If there's a home in the area that's similar to yours, that you see the same kind of thing on a porch, we often have people taking snapshots of neighbors' porches or windows or whatever it is they're looking to do the work on their own home, and then bringing those along with, but there's a form that you complete for that,
Okay.
for a COA. And then you just get that in, what is it, up to a week before the next meeting?
10 business days.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the next deadline for March 1st is February 14, or February 15, excuse me.
okay.
And you can always, I mean, I will contest, Anna is great at going back and forth if you've got questions
Yes,
about filling
absolutely
it
she
out,
is.
or what other information she would like to have, so that when the packet is pulled together for the HDC, we have a pretty good idea. The best thing for you to do is to be as inclusive as possible of what you would like it to look like in terms of material, in terms of like what your railings are I mean, the more information you give us, the better we can help you.
Okay. All right.
So with that, do we then it's not really, there isn't a COA, it's more of a discussion, so
Well,
well,
there is a COA.
So I would suggest, but Anna, check me on this, that we decline the COA because it doesn't meet, I mean, it's better for you to start fresh. So it would be best to decline this COA so you can start with a fresh one, rather than trying to Frankenstein this into something that's gonna work for you.
Gotcha, okay. In terms of like the time frame, then, so obviously I'm gonna get it submitted before the next one, but let's say that I don't do it right again, am I gonna like, get in trouble? Does that make sense? I'm gonna obviously submit the next certificate, but what if it gets denied again?
You won't get in trouble.
Okay, all right.
So start
You
with
can
that.
tell that's what I'm worried
It's all
about.
right, you
yeah.
won't get in trouble. A lot of these meetings end up being working meetings.
Okay.
Especially with a new homeowner or someone who hasn't worked with a historic home before.
And
So
it's
a lo-
snowing outside, so I'm.
Yep. So, lots of times, we've had people come and say, well, we thought because it was new, it needed to look different, and they put something so different on their house that it is out of character. So if it's so off the mark, we can help provide you, some guidelines to help you get closer to where it should be.
Okay,
But, you're not doing anything wrong. If it doesn't pass, we'll usually, if you choose a material that isn't appropriate, we can specify that the material should be X,
okay,
and that a COA could be approved based on using X material, for example. So the COA is you bringing your ideas to the table with what you would like, but we can help work with you to make sure that it's what meets the historical needs of your particular home.
okay,
Is that
But no
fair?
reason to change any of this until we've seen the designs, right?
Yeah,
We don't want to send him off on a,
Don't go rip off what you have
no,
there now.
Okay.
don't change a thing.
Yeah.
You don't want you falling out the front of your house, so just leave what's there, just know that it's not approved and it doesn't meet building code,
okay,
and work on, with Anna on what that COA would look like for you.
okay, all right,
And the thing is, if you have drawings, it's easy to change the drawings, it's much harder when the physical thing is here, and then we're saying, you gotta, cut this down, add this, we're starting fresh, and you bring a drawing, and we might just say, can you put a few more spindles in there instead of 3 spindles, make it kind of look like other old houses, or, the railing height, or use a railing piece instead of just a piece of 2x4, those kinds of things we can say in a meeting, and it's not costing you anything to change the design because you haven't built it yet, so that's where the give and take is easier from the design phase than it is from the already built phase,
yeah,
as you can imagine. So, but yeah, don't make your steps less safe now during the design phase,
all right,
okay?
So, if we go back to the COA, we'll need somebody to make a motion to decline it.
I'd move to decline the COA based on the standards for both the building department and strike that, standards from the historic district.
I'll second that motion.
Anna, knowing that it doesn't meet code anyway, do we need something more in-depth than that? I mean, do we need to find would you prefer that we found
I think associating it with a standard
would
would be
be,
most appropriate.
I would amend that to standard number 9.
yep,
The new additions, exterior alterations, or related new constructions will not destroy the historic materials, features, spatial relationships that characterize the property, that the new work will be differentiated from old and be compatible with the historic materials, features, size, scale, and proportion, and massing to protect the integrity of the property and its environment.
did we have a second?
I'll second that.
Any comments? Any questions?
I think that's it.
Okay, so, all those in favor of denying the COA, say yes.
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 All those opposed say no. I also say yes, so the COA is denied. So now you can work with Anna on the standard, some of the guidelines that she has that'll help you figure out what the right front porch for you looks, or right steps look like for you.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
So, next up is new business, and it's a COA request for 119 West 11th Street for Nathan and Elizabeth Bauman. And this is an amendment to some rear alterations and an addition.
So Anna,
Mm-hmm.
I'm here on behalf of this applicant requesting a table.
Okay.
Easy enough. So someone might want to make a motion to table?
Yeah, I'll motion to table this item until the March meeting.
You have a second?
Support.
Any comments? Okay, all those in favor of tabling say yes.
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 All those opposed say no. I say yes, so motion is tabled.
And I'm abstaining from that vote,
Right.
Anna.
Did you got that?
Yes.
Okay. So, moving right along, Anna, you had an administrative approval for 65 West 14th Street?
I did. This was a window replacement. It was a bathroom window, and the window chosen for the replacement is all wood, exactly like the window that was in the bathroom, a double hung 5/1. I talked with the homeowner about repairing the window. He was working with a builder who said the rot from the moisture of being in the bathroom was too much, but he is looking at repairing other windows in his home and said he would be back talking with me about that eventually. So that was this administrative approval. It was very straightforward. The window is not visible from the right-of-way.
Okay. Any questions or comments? No? Man, we are like lightning tonight here.
Mhm.
Okay, we're making up those last 10 minutes. We started late. So next up is committee and staff report about upcoming training opportunities, and I know you
Yes.
sent an email about that.
I sent an email.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can we back up to that administrative
Sure.
approval? We had an applicant in here maybe 4 or 5 months ago who was saying similar things about how the moisture in the bathroom was damaging their window.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a product out of Oregon called Indo, which
Okay.
is an interior storm with basically a gasket that they send you a little kit and you measure the interior of the window and then they custom make this thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it might be handy for us to know of that product for when people say that they have moisture issues in their bathrooms with their old wooden windows.
Okay.
So I don't know, I can send you the information, but if you want to follow up with that administrative approval
I will
person,
follow up, yeah.
it might be handy for them.
Is
And
it
he-
INDO?
The INDOW, yeah.
Oh, Indo, like window, only without the W.
Yeah.
And I think this individual would be interested in
Okay.
that. He seemed, interested in preservation as much as he could. So,
Oh, great.
yeah, thank you.
Did we ever hear back from that client? I don't remember if that got resolved.
No,
I don't
because
think
they were
we
gonna,
did.
it was on 14, wasn't it Cat Schulte? I think it was that house on 14th, and
Yeah.
had that unique window in the
Yeah.
front, and they were gonna make it into a bathroom.
Yeah,
I think
like
it
in
was
the
in a bath.
shower.
Right, shower
So
had
they
the
were
window in
concerned
there.
about it, but
And we suggested even, and
Somehow
they could even
keeping
block
it,
the window
yeah.
up from the inside, but they couldn't change it from the outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think they.
The nice thing is they will send a sample for you to have at your desk,
Okay,
and then you
Oh,
can
good idea.
show people.
This is pretty slick.
And there's a commission for each
Yeah.
window.
Yeah, I collect a
Next.
sweet kickback for each window, so, no, I
Nick's
don't.
repping them now on
I
the
don't, I
side.
should, but I don't.
That's right, Nick's side hustle.
great, thank you.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, training opportunities.
Yeah, I guess kind of on a similar note, I was approached by the preservation planner for the city of Grand Rapids about hosting a joint commissioner training with our commission, the commission in Kalamazoo, and GR. This was something she had already started setting up with SHPO and invited us. I said, yes, it seems like a great opportunity. It's going to be virtual. So I sent the email, but I wanted to bring it up again because I have some more of the details. It will be on Thursday, March 10 at 6 p.m., held on Microsoft Teams, which I know isn't a platform we all use very regularly, but I can help with any technical bugs we might run into. I have a link. I didn't want to send it out before talking about it so it didn't confuse everyone. But it's going to be led by Robert McKay, who is the state historic preservation sort of architect for the state of Michigan. And it's going to be based on a talk that he's given before that some of the folks in Grand Rapids saw and really liked, called Standards 101. And it's going to be sort of information about historic district commissions and how you apply the standards to your decisions, but it's going to be geared specifically towards commissions with a mix of old and new members. That's sort of where Grand Rapids is at, Kalamazoo, and I thought that would also fit well for us. To my knowledge, it's been a long time since there's been a formal training opportunity offered to all of you. So I'm really excited that this came up. Again, it's not mandatory by any means. We will be noticing it because especially if we have a quorum present. But again, it's open for all of you. I'd like to see as many people there as possible.
What's the
Again,
date
Thursday,
again,
March
Anna?
10. What was that?
Thursday, you just took the words right
Yep.
out of my mouth. Okay.
Thursday, March 10 at 6 p.m. And I will send out that follow-up email with the link for the invitation. There was also discussion of perhaps a Saturday retreat for commissioners with Kalamazoo. I have not heard any more information about that, but that would be more topic-focused. It was mentioned alternative materials. They've had issues with lead hazards, which I don't think we talk about as much, but also sustainability and energy efficiency, which we just had those solar panels. So it's nice to know that, we're not the only ones out there. Some of our surrounding communities are talking about a lot of the same things we are. So that is, the opportunity I wanted to share with everyone. Happy to answer any questions, or again, I'll be in touch with the email.
That's
Will-
great. I think
Will that system be pretty easy to navigate? We won't need new software or anything?
I'm
Okay.
a Teams ninja.
Oh,
so
oh, you
I
are?
can- Yeah,
Oh.
I've been living in Teams for
There
the
you
last
Wow.
2 years. So
Okay,
anybody have any questions
Just
at all, I'm
fine.
It's
more
what the
versed
state
than I'd prefer
uses.
to
He
be.
said it's the secure platform for
It's
the
true.
government.
It's
Yeah.
easier than Zoom or some of the other
Really?
ones that we've been using, so.
Is it just automatically in Microsoft, like you just click on the link and you're gonna be in, you don't
Yeah.
have to download
Nope,
separate software,
Mhm.
okay?
it has a browser version, super easy. That was,
Alright. That was everything I had planned.
I can't believe we just,
No way.
yeah.
Oh, Kim, you're the best.
Of course you do.
So you're going to Skiles?
Yeah, I know. All right, well, with that, I guess, would anybody like to make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Anybody second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed say no. I say aye. Meeting adjourned.
You get to use
I
the
get
real
to use the
gavel.
gavel for a change.
It's not the Kiwanian gavel
I
or
know,
whatever the other
the
one
real
is.
deal, city of.